You should got that on camera. I wanted to go pay. If it isn't paid and something goes wrong with the car, it's down to you two. Sort it out. Buy me a new car. But, Road Tripper, Beatles.
So it was after Siena that we had to make our way across Barcelona.
Yeah, fair.
Which we realised would take up 11 hours of time, over 600 miles. But the Landy could only go 60 miles an hour.
At the best of times.
We decided to split the trip up into 2 legs. We decided to stop off at a few locations, including Monaco.
I'm not being funny though, like, that fucking nice.
And Nice.
Isn't this?
So it was a long ass journey. However, I think it is important to say that whilst the Landy had taken us through some amazing places, also some things that came up, both planned and unplanned, that made the road trip interesting, difficult at times, but also great at times. So for the road trip, there were some pretty important items that we needed, which became vital to the success and functioning of the trip.
Sleeping bag.
Chairs, bungees, multiple,
Frying pan.
utensil, a wooden spoon, a knife, fork, pop-up tent,
Duct tape. 2 seconds. 10. 2 seconds.
maybe a tent, waterproof, pegs, bring spares.
But there were some other important things that contributed to the success of the trip. Designated drivers, so the driving schedule, the stop-offs, how long we were driving for, Bren's shookness about driving. So our driving schedule basically consisted of, at the max, 3 to 4 hour stints.
3 hours.
3 hours. And because of the Landy, we had to take into account its limitations somewhat. Bren decided that we had to have a stop-off every
2.5 hours.
which consisted of coffee breaks, food breaks,
Fuel breaks, brake breaks, short break, long breaks,
Checking the fluids.
tyre breaks.
argument breaks. So over the course of a 6-week journey with any people, you often have arguments.
And that led to a big conflict
It would
one
go
day.
down.
And
Never
that
seen
is
anybody
right.
break
It's
a poo.
Bren and Rob.
Gosh, I was like, break it with a stick. Nah, who does that?
Everyone
Like,
does. What do you think it's for?
Fuck you, Liz. Fuck you looking at?
Between guests.
What do you do?
This is ridiculous, okay?
When did I ever complain about money?
Buying all this other shit.
Like, I can't spend my money here.
We are again waiting for Bryn to shit. This is a daily occurrence. It takes a good 15 minutes out of my day.
It's very hard for me to feel sorry for you when you do things like that.
If it isn't paid and something goes wrong with the car, it's down to you two.
It's Bryn and
With a
Roshan
stick.
arguing again.
I don't think I could
Nah.
slash debates.
I'm not, but all these ideologies and everything, you're...
Terrible gear changes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck off. That's such a joke.
So much my brother fucking... Why don't you fucking strap the GoPro to your chest?
It's at home.
It's gonna do a lot there, isn't it? Matter of opinions.
Another important thing was hidden charges. Road taxes, parts of Italy, France, Austria, Switzerland had to pay extra road charges that we didn't even anticipate beforehand.
Switzerland was bad. There are two forms of road tax. One, the Vianetta, which is just effectively a sign you stick into your car. You can buy them for X months, so some are 12 months, some are 3 months, some are 9 months. Austria had I think a 1 week option, and compared to Switzerland, which only option was 12 months, and that was €40, so that stung a bit.
Italy was the worst.
In comparison, Italy didn't have signs, you just paid per mile.
And we probably paid like €120 over the space of 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah.
That's where having a lot of people in the car really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Cuts the charges down.
And don't make wrong turnings. It will make you go into another chargeable or taxable area.
Yeah.
Then you got to do a loop and you got to pay it again
To get back on.
to get back on.
Sick system.
Don't do that at the ferry either.
Yeah, do not do that at Calais. Whatever you do, stay on that road. The sat-nav's wrong. Otherwise you will be there like 3 hours later.
Petrol also as well. I didn't personally think of petrol when we were planning the trip or anything. So that's one thing to consider. The amount of petrol, the amount of times you have to fill up, you know, how quickly it goes.
We did try and plan ahead.
Maybe something to help with those hidden charges,
Which is
the whip.
You may know it as a kitty, effectively just a communal pot of money where everyone puts in say £50, and with that you buy petrol, tolls, even hotel rooms, anything that everyone shares the same cost for. It makes it a lot easier than just owing each other money all the time.
We also parked on the main road.
Yeah, but
Bryn had a very heavy night, and he was the first one up. Went out to the car and rung us.
God.
I can't see the car.
God.
Rosh was like, "You sure you're on the right road?" There are no cars down there, mate. We had to ring up and go to the pound and go and get it, which was €300, €200.
200 euros. Blow my budget right out of the water.
Yeah.
That's another one where if you're by yourself and that happens, that is devastating.
Although we were quite rogue along the trip. We didn't pay for much parking. We didn't pay.
No.
I suppose it levelled out.
Paris, parking there is just ridiculously expensive. We definitely made money, I think. €200 of parking in 6 weeks. We would have paid more.
Yeah, the parking is like an issue everywhere. Some personal belongings that were key. For example, some people choose to use a bum bag. Well, I don't know what the actual phrase is.
Fanny packs.
That's what The Rock calls it.
Oh no, it's for the bum bag.
An essential piece is mobile battery chargers.
So.
Mobile data is
Mobile
key.
data.
Oh yeah, mobile data.
And not being stressed about it, so get more than you think you need. They're all good.
We split our time between an Airbnb and a hostel. What are your thoughts on using an Airbnb as an accommodation or using a hostel? What are the pros and cons? What's better?
Airbnb versus hostel.
Well, the big selling point of Airbnb is that you can literally go and live somewhere straight away, even if you're there for 2 days. You feel like you have an apartment there. You're normally in a better location than you can be.
Airbnb, I think if you could cook there, although we didn't really do that much, but you get your own space, so you don't have to like put stuff in lockers, worry about if you've got left your phone out or whatever. And yeah, it's just more privacy. It's usually about the same price. But for that you sacrifice meeting people. Sometimes the location isn't quite as good. Yeah, it's up to you. And the problem we had was that we had a car, so that limited us quite a lot in terms of really central hostels, because they tended not to have a car park. That's why we erred towards Airbnb generally, because they were the ones that you could find the car park or information about car parking with.
But saying that, another factor of Airbnbs is you get to meet the host and you can ask them any questions you want about the area, what to see, what not to see.
Go to Siena. It's worth doing Airbnbs just for that, because that got us the ticket to the district dinner. Hostels, if you're looking to meet people and you're a single traveller especially, or you just want to go out a lot, then hostels obviously
We did a lot of that.
Yeah, let's talk about camping.
I really enjoy camping. I thought I wouldn't enjoy it, but camping's really good.
Yeah, I thought I wouldn't enjoy it.
You've got to do it. If you set up for 3 or 4 days, then it's worth it.
Yeah, I think there's a degree of commitment you've got to do. If you're gonna do it for it. Don't like we did. I mean, what was the maximum we stayed? 2 nights.
Well, we did 3 nights in Germany.
Okay. Preconception is that it's cheaper camping anywhere, but a lot of times we found that staying in a last-minute hotel or was actually quite cheaper.
Depends on the area as well. If it's rural, you want to camp because
The Italian lakes, camping was definitely the best option. You did most of the complicated driving, I would say. Complex, intricate. Some amazing places we drove through. The Alpine Mountains was probably the best. The streets in, you know, France or in Paris or Normandy, you know, like really high fields of crops, high crop fields.
Mate.
Just like like
Alsfat was the only thing.
Yeah.
Asphalt.
I thought it was some wedge city called Alsfat.
Well, we'd been driving for 10 hours at least, and Bryn and Rothman kept seeing the sign for Alsfat and just thought this city spanned 600 kilometres.
It's a big ass city.
But actually, it just means exit in German.
I didn't do this.
I know, that's what I was saying, yeah.
10.
So, I'll record it from now.